Denise Pflum, an 18-year-old senior at Connorsville High School, was more than just a bright student. She was a beacon of potential, her future seemingly laid out before her. Her heart was set on studying the unseen world of microbiology at Miami University in Ohio, where she planned to dive into the microscopic mysteries of life. Her athletic prowess was undeniable, a track star with aspirations of securing a scholarship that would pave her way to college. Yet, beneath the surface of her busy life, a shadow lingered. Denise wasn't just a scholar or an athlete. She was the treasurer of the science club, a formidable volleyball, softball, and basketball player. Her days were a blur of activities, her nights filled with dreams of the senior prom, a beacon of light on the horizon after the storm of her recent breakup with Sean M. McClung, her boyfriend of 3 years. Her mother, Judy, noted the change. Denise had become more social, as if the breakup had shattered some invisible barrier, allowing her to reach out, to connect. But in the quiet moments when the world was still, did Denise feel the chill of something unseen, something lurking just out of sight? Did she sense the creeping dread that would soon envelop her bright future, snuffing out the light she carried within her? Denise Pflum was a young woman with the world at her feet, but the darkness had other plans. The stage was set for a tragedy that would echo through the halls of Connorsville High School. A reminder that even the brightest stars can be swallowed by the night. On the day Denise Pflum vanished, the air was thick with an eerie stillness, as if the world itself was holding its breath. The night before, Denise had attended a party at a secluded farm, a gathering of youthful exuberance cloaked in the quiet isolation of rural darkness. Among the laughter and shadows, she had left behind a piece of herself. Her purse, a small token of her presence in that fleeting moment. The morning of March 28, 1986, dawned with a deceptive calm. Denise, determined to retrieve her forgotten purse, left her house around 12:30 p.m. She had asked her friends to accompany her. But fate had conspired to leave her alone on this journey. As she prepared to leave, she exchanged a few words with her neighbor, a mundane interaction that would soon take on a sinister significance. For it was the last time anyone would see Denise Pflum. The silence that followed her departure was palpable, a creeping dread that settled over the neighborhood. Later, a friend would claim to have spotted Denise at the Fashion Bug clothing store, but the description of her attire did not match, a haunting discrepancy that only deepened the mystery. Denise Pflum disappeared into the shadows that day, her presence swallowed by an unseen darkness. The echoes of her final moments lingered in the air, a chilling reminder of how swiftly and silently a life can be snatched away. The world continued to turn, but for those who knew her, time had stopped, leaving only questions and the haunting specter of what might have been. As twilight descended and the shadows lengthened, Denise Pflum's absence became a palpable weight on her parents' hearts. It was unlike her not to return home, a deviation from her dependable nature that gnawed at their peace. Concern turned to dread, and they reached out to the local police, the first step in unraveling a nightmare. The authorities wasted no time. They scoured the area and soon stumbled upon Denise's car, locked and abandoned near a desolate farm. It stood forlornly by Tower Road, a gravel path east of Glenwood, close to a weathered barn that seemed to whisper secrets to the wind. The farmer, a man accustomed to the rhythms of the land, had noticed the vehicle. He recounted to the police how it had been stationary since the previous day, between 12:30 p.m. and 1:15 p.m. Initially, he had thought little of it, assuming it belonged to mushroom hunters, those elusive seekers of hidden fungi. Yet, the car's presence was a riddle wrapped in darkness. There was no reason, no logical thread that connected Denise to this lonely, eerie spot. The locked vehicle stood as a silent sentinel, guarding a mystery that deepened with each passing hour. The barn, the gravel road, the encroaching shadows, all became part of the sinister tableau, a chilling stage set for a story that defied understanding. As night fell, the realization settled in. Denise Pflum had vanished into thin air, leaving behind only questions and the creeping fear that something unspeakable had taken her far beyond the reach of light and safety. In the bleak year of 2018, a chilling wind seemed to stir the very air of Fayette County, whispering secrets long buried. The sheriff's department, under the stern leadership of Sheriff Joey Laughlin, dared to disturb the dust that had settled on an old, haunting mystery. They summoned the wisdom of retired detective supervisor Tom Barker, a man whose seasoned eyes had seen too many shadows. Barker began an exhaustive reevaluation of the cold case, meticulously sifting through faded evidence and reawakening memories in reluctant witnesses. As the clock ticked into the early days of 2020, the atmosphere grew heavy with anticipation. Authorities disclosed that new and unsettling information had emerged. A dark revelation that suggested Denise Pflum had met a sinister fate. The fresh clues hinted at a secreted location in the remote stretches of rural Fayette County, a hidden grave where her remains might lie. Driven by this macabre discovery, law enforcement launched numerous searches, their efforts relentless and grim. They wielded advanced tools like ground-penetrating radar and deployed cadaver dogs, each pass over the land a silent plea for the truth to reveal itself. The land, however, remained stubbornly silent. No matter how deeply they probed, no matter how many sweeps they made, Denise's remains eluded them. The hidden spot remained just that, hidden, cloaked in the same eerie silence that had swallowed Denise all those years ago. The shadows lengthened, the secrets remained buried, and the specter of Denise Pflum's disappearance continued to haunt the cold rural landscape of Fayette County. Denise Pflum's disappearance remains an enigma, a chilling specter that refuses to release its grip on those left behind. The mystery persisted even after Sean McClung, her ex-boyfriend, confessed to the police in a startling revelation in July 2020. The confession was a twisted key promising to unlock the dark secrets surrounding Denise's fate. But fate, ever the cruel mistress, intervened. Before McClung could face trial and the weight of justice, he succumbed to an undisclosed terminal illness while in police custody. His death was sudden, a macabre twist that seemed to mock the efforts to uncover the truth. You see, with McClung's passing, the confession became a whisper, lost in the wind. An unfinished story with no resolution. The truth about what happened to Denise was buried with him, leaving behind only questions and the unsettling sense that some shadows are never fully banished. Denise's disappearance continues to haunt the corridors of time, a grim reminder that some mysteries are destined to remain unsolved, forever lurking in the darkness just out of reach. You'll find another video coming your way soon. Please like and subscribe. Stay ready and be safe out there, people.